For 50 years, their loved ones in death have had the air of suspicion around them. But now, a coroner has ruled they were entirely innocent. There was rejoicing, but most of all, recognition after a decades-long campaign. The sister of 20-year-old victim John Laverty spoke to us just moments after the ruling.
I will carry my brother every day of my life, the way I've always done for 50 years. But this goes in a sense that I no longer have to carry the... It wasn't a burden, it wasn't. But I no longer have to carry the fact that I have to go and prove his innocence and to try and get everybody and anybody to listen to our story.
How their loved ones died in what has become known locally as the Ballymurphy massacre had been disputed for 5 decades. The violence erupted in August 1971 when soldiers moved into Republican strongholds to arrest IRA suspects. Among the 10 who died, parish priest Father Hugh Mullen, who was waving a white cloth as he went to help a wounded man. Joan Connolly, a mother of 8, was shot as she went to the aid of teenager Noel Phillips. The 19-year-old barman was another of the victims. So too was Danny Teggett, a dad of 13, who was shot while running for cover. Near the spot where he died, his son John told me he and many others will always feel resentment towards the British Army.
My sister was out looking for my daddy to see where he was, and she was insulted by the army when she went to barracks. They were laughing at her, they were singing songs, "Where's your papa going?" and things like that. So that's what the way the family was treated the next day at the army barrack. They says they hadn't got time for arresting, and only time for killing.
The official army account is that soldiers were fired upon by Republican gunmen, but the coroner ascertained those who died posed no risk. Light has been shone on some of Northern Ireland's darkest days, but it's unclear what the family's next steps might be.
Julian, let's just pick up on that then. A huge vindication for the relatives of those who died, but what are the options open to the families now?
Well, Sean, there was applause in the coroner's court earlier as those findings were outlined. The general view of the families is that the coroner went much further than they ever hoped. And this afternoon we're hearing that they're instigating civil proceedings against the Ministry of Defence. But could anyone actually be prosecuted? Well, it was expected that in today's Queen's speech, which we'll hear about next, would contain a specific bill to do with so-called legacy investigations. That wasn't in there, but a brief mention was made of a proposed new system, which is expected to focus on what was described as information recovery and reconciliation. The wording of that suggests there perhaps won't be future prosecutions, there won't be anyone in the dock, but perhaps really, despite today's victory, I think for those families, that detail will mean intense frustration for them.